The Sea-Skimmer, a new ground effect drone, was spotted for the first time flying over a lake. At first glance, it doesn't look very cool, kind of like putting a tiny shirt on a big bodybuilder. But don't underestimate it. This craft isn't just for show. It's designed to take on aircraft carriers. No joke. With this Sea-Skimmer in play, the old rules of naval warfare don't apply anymore. Because this drone, it has a very unusual way of fighting. Let me break it down. The secret lies in what we call aerodynamics. Here's how it works. When the machine flies very close to the ground or the water, the air beneath its wings gets compressed, which gives it extra lift. That means as long as it hugs the surface, it can fly faster, smoother, and burn far less fuel. So think about this. It's fast, it can carry heavy loads, and engineers are saying, wow, this thing is basically built for surprise attacks. Reports say it weighs around 500 tons, can carry 6 missiles, and rips across the sea at about 800 kilometers. On paper, wiping out an entire carrier fleet sounds totally possible. But here's the problem. If the sea is calm, the Sea-Skimmer is a beast. But the moment it hits waves just 1 meter high, the whole thing risks crashing. That's way too dangerous. And there's another issue. Its massive body sticks out on the ocean like a giant moving lighthouse. Enemy planes could spot it from 300 kilometers away. Add in the massive maintenance costs, and it ends up being more like a disposable missile truck than a reliable weapon. That's why during the Cold War, giant sea monsters like this were abandoned and eventually parked in museums. But here's the cool part. The magic of ground effect flight never really disappeared. Instead of repeating an old brute force designs, engineers today are using modern technology to upgrade the idea. And now, the Sea-Skimmer we're looking at is only 1/20th the size of those massive Cold War beasts. Inside the Sea-Skimmer, the real magic comes from AI. With smart algorithms and millimeter wave radar, it can scan the waves in real time and automatically adjust its height. If a big wave shows up, the craft can literally hop over it, almost like a martial arts master running on water. That alone makes it way more advanced than the old Soviet versions. Thanks to its onboard intelligence, the Sea-Skimmer can fly as low as half a meter above the waves, almost touching the water, while still cruising at about Mach 0.4. Now, how does it pull that off? The secret is a hybrid power system, jet engines plus electric fans. At high speeds, the jet takes over. At cruising speeds, it switches to fans, saving huge amounts of fuel. Compared to the massive Cold War sea monsters, this design burns 40% less fuel, stays airborne for 1.5 hours, and covers up to 1,500 kilometers in a single trip. That means flying the distance of an entire regional sea is no big deal. Even scarier? Its radar cross-section is just 0.01 square meters, about the same as a bird. Because it skims so low, hiding in sea clutter, most anti-air missiles struggle to even lock onto it. The rear engine design also cuts down its heat signature. For ship-based radars, spotting something this low and this tiny is nearly impossible. And even if they do catch it, keeping a lock is a nightmare. On top of that, the Sea-Skimmer can bounce over waves like skipping stones, tricking incoming missiles and forcing them into sharp turns that usually fail. Here's the kicker. Even a single unit can carry a 1-ton warhead. Passing near a carrier fleet, and one good strike could cause serious damage. Based on its size, engineers estimate it's about 8 to 10 meters long, able to carry anti-ship or even smaller cruise missiles. And the best part? It doesn't even need to get close. From 6-10 kilometers away, it can drop torpedoes or launch missiles. And unlike suicide drones, this one doesn't have to destroy itself. It can fire its weapons, then fly back home. Now picture this. The enemy throws interceptors, anti-missile systems, even torpedoes at it, but the Sea-Skimmer keeps slipping through. In one simulation, a craft flying just 5 meters above the sea could sneak within 300 kilometers of a carrier before being spotted by early warning planes. That gives the fleet less than 4 minutes to react, almost nothing. But the real killer is the price. One Sea-Skimmer costs under $5,000, about 1/10 the cost of a modern missile. That changes everything. Whether it's swarm tactics or sheer numbers, this design rewrites the math. Tests suggest that if 100 Sea-Skimmers attack together, a destroyer might only stop about 30% of them. The systems just can't handle that many low-flying targets. Now imagine a future drone carrier packed with hundreds of these machines, launching wave after wave from 2,000 kilometers away, all linked by secure, jam-proof communications. From the giant Cold War sea monsters to this lightweight sea skimmer, it's been 60 years of evolution. What once felt like science fiction is now reality. And here's the truth. The danger of this craft isn't its size. It's the logic it brings. Low cost, high value, and the ability to threaten billion-dollar carriers with something that's practically disposable. In the end, the coffin lid for carrier battle groups might just be nailed down by this little sea skimmer.